What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. I am Christopher Manyweather and this is Deadstock Barbershop. I help barbers take their careers to the next level by giving you the game and teaching you everything that I've learned in my 20 years of cutting hair. So starting this off, what I'm going to do now is brush this hair down, lay it down in its natural position because he just got his hair twisted and they had it wrapped up. So jumping into the cut, what we're going to do now is debulk this area. We're going to knock down everything, making sure that we're going all the way up to that parted section. We don't want to leave any dark spots behind. I see a lot of pictures, a lot of videos on Instagram where guys are posting pictures of their haircuts, but they're not making sure that that area is as even as everything else. So we want to go up high enough. Do not be afraid to go up high. You will not take his hair out. As you can see, I got my thumb pulling that hair back, and as well, I'm using this metal blade, so the teeth are pretty long. But what I want you guys to notice right here is that I'm going to slow it down, and look, that moving blade, the white blade, is going all the way up to that line, that natural hair parting. And that's what I do to ensure that everything will be even and that it's not patchy up there. All right, so now we're setting in this guideline. One thing I want you guys to take note of is that it's actually quarter of the way closed. It's not closed all the way. It's closed all the way right now. So I just closed them and I'm going right below that. I'm not going all the way up to that line I just created. This is going to be the fastest fade that you've ever done before if you follow these steps. So it's quarter of the way closed, and then I'll drop it down, close it, and then we open it up all the way. And then guess what? All we got to do is go halfway after that. These are some steps that'll help you to be a much faster barber, a much more proficient barber, and to be able to get done with your haircuts in a timely manner. So right now they're opened up all the way, and I want you guys to see, once I close it halfway, it's pretty much going to be done. So I'm making sure that all the way around my guideline or my panel is even. I don't want one side higher than the other, so I do it in sections. I start in the back and then I move right, move left. So now I got them halfway open, and look at that, it's already getting blurry. This is without any detail work. This is just throwing a fade in there, and then you detail as you go, or you can detail at the end. I'm one who likes to detail as I go and try to save as much time as possible. So that way, I'm a pretty booked barber. Every day of the week, I'm usually full to capacity, and I don't take lunches. Everything is back to back, so I can't really afford to get behind. So what I'm doing right now is just detailing as I go. So I went halfway, and then I'll just drop it down a little lower and close it up, a little lower, close it up. Anything that I see, any dark spots, as you can see, we're not dealing with lines at this point. You know, I want you guys to get to the point where a line should not be in your fade. It should be more about detailing any dark spots, making sure that those are not prevalent in your haircuts, because that's going to give you the blurriest fade that you're looking for. Or as I hear a lot, it's going to give you the most gradients or gradiency or whatever. Everybody's saying that now on their YouTube videos. I think it's pretty funny, but it's just going to give you a nice clean fade, and that's what we're looking for. So after this, I'm going to switch over to my Andis Masters, because for those of you who are new to my channel, I like to use a combo cutting system where I'll go in with my walls or with my Babyliss, and then I'll switch over to my Andis Masters and I'll finish the cut out like that. Don't ask me why. I just been using these clippers so long. I've been doing this for years and I enjoy cutting like this. Everybody's techniques are going to be different. I just wanted to share mine with you guys. So as you can see, I have no guard on there. They are open all the way. The cutting range for the Andis Masters is so much longer, about double the length of your Babyliss or your walls. So that's how I'm able to go up to that next level and it actually not be the same length. So right now I got this zero guard on here. I started halfway, then I'll go quarter and I'll go close. Honestly, in the shop, I wouldn't even use a guard. I would do what's called raking, but I understand that raking is more of an advanced technique, and I want to, for the beginners, I want you guys to kind of see exactly the basics before you go into more advanced techniques. But for those of you guys who are advanced, you can use raking in this portion of the haircut. All raking is, you guys, is being on the teeth of your clipper. So the full clipper is not on the head, only the teeth of them are touching. So as you can see, I'm changing the direction, the angle of his head, the angle of which I'm viewing his head. My perspective is changed because I want to make sure that from every angle I don't see any weight lines or any dark spots. Sometimes you might be looking at it from one point of view and then you change direction and you'll see, man, I didn't even notice that. And so this is what I call developing your eye. You know, if you're only looking at it from one perspective, then your eye won't be completely trained. I like to think of it as, when I look at my haircuts, I look at them objectively. I look at it as if it's someone else's work. So if it's someone else's work, we can always see flaws in other people's work, but it's kind of hard to see flaws in our own work. We like to think that it's just the best fade ever, you know, but if you can step back and say, okay, what do I really see and what can I fix? Then you'll get better, and you'll get better and better and better. So right now, the same thing I did on the right, I'm doing in the back, and then we move to the left. All the way open, no guard. And actually this side of his head, I don't know why, it just kind of fades a little easier. It's leaving even less of a line than what it was doing on the right side. So I dropped it down a little bit. Like I said, open, halfway, quarter, close. You can work your way down and you'll clean it up as you're going down, anything that's left. Making sure that I get it nice and blurry. So like I said, I've been cutting like this for a long time and I feel like it's the easiest thing for me, but I want you guys to take what I do and try it. Like, I developed my system by watching every video I could find, following a lot of barbers, and all the ones that I thought were really, really good. This is little Jackson over here acting a fool. But I would look at everybody's work and I would try to imitate what I saw and see what works best for me. And at the end of the day, a lot of time I just went back to my own cutting style. So just check and see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So right now I'm debulking this area and I want his hairline to lay down and be smooth. So when I edge it up, it won't curl up on me. So that's why I'm cutting it down in the front. So now that we're prepared for the edge up, we're going to start in the middle, work our way right, work our way left, and try to get this line as straight as possible without being super cosmetic. I don't want to push this edge up back any more than need be. You know, I want his hairline to be as clean as possible, but I also want it to look as good as possible when it grows out. I don't want his hair to be looking crazy when it grows back. I know customers who don't mind it, but for me, I want you to look your best even like a week or two later, you know. And I understand some customers have a hairier forehead and everybody doesn't have that picture perfect edge up. So now I'm putting in those vertical bars and I'm staying right on the outside of that line and just hitting it and getting it as clean as possible. Start at the top of the C cup and then I'm just gonna draw that curve in. I like to slide my trimmers. I know some trimmers, like, you can't be zero gapped and do a lot of this, or you have to have a very light hand. So my trimmers are zero gapped. As close as you can get to being zero gap without it being like super flushed. Work my way over. And now step back and I'll check it out. And as you can see, I'm right on the outside of that edge up. And what I'm doing, I'm kind of just putting it in there and then I go back and I'll touch it up a little more. But, you know, just tapping at it, and you guys will see, I'll show it. Like this point, like for most people, they can't tell what a good haircut is. A lot of customers can't tell what a good fade is, you know, but they know what a good edge up is. They know what they're looking for. They know when the edge up is leaning on one side. They know if one side is hot, too high, or if it's just bad, you know. So make sure that you take your time and give them a nice edge up. You know, he doesn't have any enhancements or any I didn't put any holding sprays or anything in there like that. I'm just straight with the trimmers, brush, and we go in. So as you can see, I'm detailing the edge up now. The first portion was like a rough draft. Now I can just clean it up. And whenever you're doing an edge up, you'll notice that something is gonna pop out to you in your fade. So just make sure that your eyes are always open. As barbers, we don't get to pick who comes into our shops, but I'm here to show that with a thorough consultation and proper execution, they can leave out looking like this. Thank you guys so much for sticking through this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for allowing me to teach and show what I love to do and what I've been doing for a long time. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of your barbering journey. If you have any questions or any comments, make sure that you leave it in the comment section below and I will answer and respond to every single one of them. You guys take care and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.